What would you consider one of the most important roles as a record producer at Imaginary Records?
One of my most important jobs as a record producer at Imaginary Records is being involved in every step and detail of the creation of the magnificent masterpiece of an album. I mean, basically, it's my ability to produce a hit record.
What are some of the basic skills needed to help you become a well rounded producer at Imaginary Records? I'd say the ability to work with different artists and musicians, a basic knowledge of music theory, and familiar with the ins and outs of a recording studio. Basic knowledge of recording equipment and instruments is also a plus. How important is your reputation as a record producer in the industry? Reputation can be built on the ability to produce hit records. I mean, in the event he or she could potentially move on to work with bigger and better artists, at that point, they can then demand bigger salaries as they become more and more demanded in the industry. How important is time management to a record producer? Producers schedule time for artists and bands from many genres. So some of these artists will have projects that are allotted a certain budget. So having poor time management could cost a label and artists just unnecessary money. It could cost thousands. I mean, I just know just going over in the studio can be very costly. How important is your role as the record producer during the final mix of the record for a particular project? Once each song is recorded, me as the producer do the final mixes, or I'm going to supervise the final mix. Whether I have to bring in like a specialty engineer for, like some special effects or something that might be beyond my educational knowledge of mixing. That's normally what would be done. Okay, after the creative process of a project is done, what other roles and responsibilities does the record producer have? As the project comes to a close, my job as the record producer is to ensure that the licensing and the copyrights and the other administrative work is completed. Works are turned into BMIs. The business aspect of it is very important. Just it goes beyond the scope of just push button recording and telling someone how to actually record that song. So, all in all, what would you consider your job description as a producer? I would just describe my job as the person who works with artists to create albums or singles for the industry. I manage and direct the album's development process, and I oversee most of the recording sessions. Well, basically, all of the recording sessions. I'll be the guy that'll be there saying yay or nay. I know. How would you establish longevity? First off, to establish longevity, staying relevant is definitely the key. In the music industry, trends can change anywhere from 6 months to a year. So, hence saying, one day you're in, one day you're out. So, stay up to date, frequently educate yourself on new products, technology, and new skills. It's the key.